All right, guys, what is going on? Fly here. We're going to be going over a new DevBlog release today. This is Stow the Boiling Vessel Target Front. What the fuck does that mean? Is that like British lingo for like put the T down, there's someone in front of us, we should shoot him? I don't know. But guys, British tanks are almost here. So what does that mean for us? That means that a lot of British anti-ground vehicles will be able to use. Imagine the Hurricane 40 mils at 1.3. Imagine that. Imagine the Mosquito 57 millimeter. I don't know what that BR is, but it probably sucks in all honesty. But that should be pretty good. I think that wasn't the 57 millimeter supposed to take out ships or something. I don't know. I always forget. But yeah, so let's in this video pretty much we're going to be taking a look at the A30, or not the A34, the British tanks, talking about them and seeing what might be added on top of these, because these are only a preview of what is coming into the game right now. Now, we're on patch 1.51. I don't know what the next patch is, but I called it last dev server footage stuff with the Leopard, Leopard, M60, etc. That the next patch was going to be the Earl Grey. That's right. The British are coming, and I'm so excited. All right, so we'll just take the link will be in the description below for you guys to check out and look at as well, just in case you guys want to scroll through while I look through. Dear friends, since the development of War Thunder began, we have strived to diversify all the in-game content available to our players. We had a blah blah blah, new aircraft, la 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 la. USR, we're gonna do it. Okay, blah. Okay. We would like to proudly present to you a project that development team has been working on diligently for a long time. British ground vehicles, fast and deadly, heavy and protected, beautiful and powerful. Here they are. Ground vehicles for a fourth nation in War Thunder. The manufacturer of ground vehicles from Great Britain proved to have an unusual approach in combining armor and weaponry. Often they created unique vehicles of which no counterpart anywhere else in the world could match. I think they're talking about dun 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 the Churchill. Okay, how much more do we want to read? Because I don't want to just like make a video with an article which you guys can read. It's much easier to read than listen to me talk. I guarantee you that. So let's just so we know right now that the British tanks are here, right? So next patch, get fucking pumped, yeah, mates. You fucking what, mate? Yeah, it's fucking time, mate. So we're gonna go over what tanks are in the list right now for us to check out, at least by imagery, if that makes sense. We have a medium cruiser. No, okay, I just got confused. Okay, I thought that meant, I read it as Crusader, but whatever. Medium cruiser tank A34 Comet, which was, I think, high resolution photograph. Look at, wow. Oh, I just want to rotate it, boys. Yo, War Thunder, tip, you guys should make a 3D model for us to rotate and spin around, instead of just pictures, interactive screen. That'd be awesome. Thank you. So the Comet, it looks like it has, whatever pounder gun it has, maybe I don't know how the British do pound guns. I'm not even going to say it. We can look it up real quick. Comet tank gun. There we go. It used a main armament, was a 75 millimeter HV. Look at that thing go. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful today. Another picture for you guys on the rear, on the ass of it. So the Comet was pretty much the predecessor to the Cromwell. A little more armor, maybe a little bit less speed, but a much better gun and tank. I remember playing the Cromwell in World of Tanks all the time, and that thing was a lot of fun. Wow, look at this, boys. I love how they're doing this new photo things to demonstrate the size. There's a person to the tank. All right, so we know that the Comet's coming into play. Was further. Well, here's great, good. So they put a little description on what the tank is. So I don't really have to do much research. Thank gosh. The A34 Comet was further development of the Cromwell, an incredible vehicle which was recognized by the British command as the best in its class. I gotta agree with them. What other tank was like this? The T-34 is, fuck yeah. At a weight of only 33 tons, its firepower was greater than the firepower of any other Allied medium tank of its time. Wow. The only other comparable vehicle within the British ground forces, the Sherman Firefly, was greatly inferior to the Comet in all characteristics except the cannon's penetration. Okay, so the Comet was upgraded and modified to fit the 17-pounder, which is a 77mm, I guess, anti-tank cannon. I love how the British do pounds. Like, it's like, what the fuck is a 17-pounder gun? And like, it's the weight of the round, I guess, or whatever. But so what else it says? Besides that, the armor on the vehicle turret was improved. This is from the Cromwell. We're talking about the Comet right now. While the chassis was taken from the Cromwell, in game the vehicle shows its strength against opponents at rank 3 and 4. Fuck. I mean, that's not that bad if it gets. We're gonna talk about something at the end of this video about voting. Sorry, I just get distracted. But tankers should not rely on armor protection, not at all. As non-sloped armor may lead to poor survivability, the proper use, okay, yeah, choosing the terrain, getting around fast. All right, so the next one we got up is the heavy infantry tank Churchill, one of my most favorite tanks ever to fucking sail the land. Look at this thing. A lot of the British tanks in World War II, or at least early World War II, you know, not the Cromwell or Comet, were designed from World War I standards, because a lot of the British officers, now I wasn't there, this is just word of mouth, you know, it's 70 plus years later, were thought that World War II would be a trench warfare ordeal like World War I, so they built their tanks long, narrow, and if you guys look at the Churchill, it's perfect for going across a trench. Only thing is that it's a huge fucking silhouette to hit from the side, I'll tell you that. Okay, so the Churchill is the legendary British infantry support vehicle. Thanks to its successful design and excellent armor protection, it did have some pretty insane armor for its time, which was further enhanced as the vehicle was modernized. The Churchill successfully participated in various theaters of war, World War II, including Battle of Kursk. Good gosh, rest in peace, Churchill. The Mark III comes with a 6-pounder 57mm anti-tank gun, which may sometimes be lacking in penetration. Yep. Yeah, so what I feel like this would be is it will be a steel cannon. Because everyone says glass cannon, so this is like a steel cannon because it'd be very hard to kill it, at least if it gets proper matchmaker. But the cannon, the 57mm, I don't think will have enough punch to get through a lot of vehicles. It could have some pretty decent rounds in it, but with the 57mm, even if you get inside a vehicle, it's not going to explode too much. I haven't played with any British rounds yet in the game, as you guys know. But even the ZIS 30 57mm gun, I mean, sure, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking great. But at this tier, with the armor, etc., I don't think the 57 will do too well. But I could honestly be wrong. What else we got? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at what they say here. Would sometimes be lacking in penetration to combat some vehicles on medium to far distances. So that's a cool little line. That means that this might be a slugger. You know, getting close, get in the urban conflict, get that side scrape on, and just duke it out. The gun seems to be, this text seems to be hinting that this gun is really good at close range, which many guns are. The driver of the Churchill has to adapt his tactics by steadily approaching the enemy and attacking from short distance. At the same, the Churchill can provide cover to nearby allies using its massive hull. Meat shield Mark III. All right. So the next one we're going to talk about is the medium tank Centurion. Centurion. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. I don't know how you guys really do. I'm just going to call it epic fucking badass, cool looking tank. Did we get some good pictures of the Churchill looked in? Yeah. I just want to. There we go. Look at that. Cool. I love. I hope they have early models of the Churchill to expose the tracks as well. God, I love British tanks, guys. Okay, medium tank Centurion. I'm gonna say Centurion, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, guys. I've also heard it as Centurion. Centurion. Okay, so this is the third modification. Or wait. This is the third. Wow, okay. You know what's funny? I was reading that. I wasn't even looking at it. I was looking at the pictures while I was reading that. Okay. This is the third modification of the British Centurion tank that was equipped with a QF. What does QF stands for? Anyways, a QF 20-pounder gun, which is 83.8 8 millimeters, which is a very unique weapon indeed. It was an extremely powerful main cannon based on the infamous German 88 KW, I can't say that. It was the first cannon to feature the so-called Sabo round, but was not used, blah, 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 World War I. It was used in Korea. So, as we see right here, this will be probably I would say, there we go. It will be a rightful place at tier, I love how they're like, yeah, this is where it should be. So this is a tier 4 tank. What the fuck's a tier 5, huh? The Challenger? Guys, the Challenger, yeah, that's a pretty good tank. So tier 4 tank will be versing the Panther and T-44. So we're looking at a 6.7, 7.0 BR. I think 7.0 would be, no, 6.7 would be fantastic for this vehicle. Look at this thing, guys. This is what do you guys want to call this? The Centurion, maybe a little slower compared to the Leopard, as well as I feel like it's the middle ground between a T-54 and a Leopard. It feels like that because it has some pretty decent armor and a great gun. Wow, that is so cool. What a beautiful fucking looking tank. All right, so we've talked a lot about these British tanks. There's 2 things I want you guys to do before. Okay, well, no, we won't go there yet. Stick with me. All right, so the Americans, the Russians, and the Germans all have tanks, and now the British have tanks. I want you guys to give me your opinion on Japanese tanks. My own opinion is that they should be added. One of the main reasons why I think that they should be added is because they were there. They were part of history. Now, the Japanese tanks don't need to go up to tier 5 or 4, but gosh darn, they would be good at tier 3, you know. Not many tanks at tier 3 have that good of armor with, you know, let's be honest. If you have an auto-loading gun or something on that kind of standard, and you're firing at the front of a Su-85, it don't matter. That round's going to go through. And in my experience in War Thunder, does armor save you, or does playing the map correctly and looking at the enemy first save you? I find that armor does help every now and then, but in all honesty, I feel like Japanese tanks would be a great addition to this game. Especially the low tiers. It'd be so much fun, and it'd be cool to see how those Japanese tanks are able to get through, you know that map we have, the jungle map, all the bogs and swamps around there. It'd be cool to see the Japanese bonuses to deal with that situation and have some of the other tanks kind of struggle to get through there. The Japanese get to positions quickly, but the downsides of the Japanese tanks don't have a lot of armor, so you shoot it with the right round, you don't overpenetrate it, and then their tank goes boom. But guys, leave your feedback in the comments below to tell me what you guys think about the Japanese tree. Do you guys think it should go to tier 5? Should they add prototypes, or should they cut it at tier 3 or BR 5.0? All right, so one more thing before this video ends. Let's go ahead and vote on War Thunder's, how do I say this, future. So there was this Reddit post by Suck My Cannon. Thank you so much. If you care about War Thunder and want to make it a better place, vote now. So let's do this, guys. I already voted. So what the voting was is that should BR spread be down from 1.0 to 0.7. I'm not going to tell you what I voted. I hope it doesn't show what I voted. Okay, good. So, yeah, anyways. And the next question is, would you be willing to play if the BR spread was lowered to 0.07? If, in the worst case, queue times are sent up by 1 or 2 minutes, would you be willing to wait for a proper match? So, pretty much, would you rather get into a game and get clubbed, or would you rather wait an extra minute and get into a game where both parties can have fun and the better pilot, better tanker will win? Not necessarily have more armor, have more speed, etc. So this is a really big, what's it called? Vote for War Thunder, because the 1.0 BR is ruining the game. As you guys have seen, the player base has shrunk from like 60,000 players average 50 to about 20 to 30. So things need to be done. You guys need to vote, show that you care. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Get pumped for the British tanks to be coming in. It should be awesome. Link to this whole page will be in the description below. I'll keep you guys updated on the new DevBlog news so you guys don't have to worry about it, and I'll bring it to you first, hopefully. All right, guys, have a great day. Peace out, boys.